Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Birushana, continuing Shungen's route. Just started into chapter 10, so woo! I think I estimated there were going to be a lot more parts of Shungen's route, and now I'm not so sure. But we have chapters 10, 11, and 12. Okay, no, and then maybe, yeah. I don't know why. I'm like 10 and 11. Right, we have all of chapter 12. We got 3 chapters left, so never mind. Each one's going to take like a little more than a part, so yeah, no, we're going to have a lot. I was really hoping, I'm like, maybe it'll wrap up a little bit early just because I'm going to be really fucking behind on our other game because like the last couple of weeks has been very hard for me to record this, and this one takes a long time to record, so anyway. After the battle at Ichinotani, Yoritomo's army marched back to the capital to reorganize and resupply. Setsu Province, Mountain Road. Oh man, I wish you could have seen Shungen riding down the cliff. It was so awesome. You love to tell that story, don't you? Because it was so awesome. He looked like such a hero, you'd honestly think he was someone else. No wonder he's Lord Yoritomo's brother. Honestly, I always knew Shungen was something special. Or you did. And we're back there like, I'm proud of Shungen. I also kind of want to shove him off the cliff. How's it going? We should be able to see the capital soon. Oh, that's right. We're in love with him now, so we don't really give a crap. We're like, I'm so proud of my future husband. Okay. So she's all stuck in the emotion bubble, so she didn't feel a little bit of that resentment. It's okay. I understand. I'll feel the resentment for you, girl. It'll be better. Oh, I'm fine. Just listening to the soldiers talk. About the battle at Ichinotani, they've been going on and on about you. You've turned into quite the celebrity, you know? Not you too. It's so embarrassing the way everyone's been staring at me since we left. Sorry, Mr. Hero. Lord Yoritomo asked you to accompany us for an audience with the Emperor when we arrive in Kyoto, didn't he? I'm sure by now the capital's heard of our success. We can't afford to be disheartened here. Are we not going to have the water battle where we drown the other Heike? Which is good. I don't want our other boyfriends to drown. It makes me sad. Indeed. We can't afford to show an ounce of weakness before the war is over. And once the war is over, there'll be no reason left for us to wield our swords. For a while. I'll have fulfilled my role as Spacey and will be free to go my own way, together with Shungen. Feeling happy, I took a deep breath of the familiar Kyoto air, smiled, and lightly tapped my horse to speed up. I was like, what are we going to do about the name? Like, because technically, I mean, we obviously, like, I put in Spacey, like, right? But, like, the name that they give her was, like, a family type name. So, like, it makes sense that, like, oh, yeah, I'm Tom Smith Jr. Because I really am not Tom Smith Jr. That's you. And the fact that, like, I'm pretending to be a man. So, like, yeah, obviously I'm throwing in the name Spacey in there, and that's me in every game. But, like, you know, she's not going to keep the name Tom. And yet, in every other one, she kind of does, if you think about it. Huh. Anyway. Wow, this is incredible. I think the whole town's come out to see us. As Takatsuna said, when we arrived at the capital, we were met by a large crowd cheering us from the side of the road. Look, that must be Lord Yoritomo. What a fine figure he is. The man who will finally end the turmoil of the Heike. I honestly never thought we'd be welcomed like this.
Mom, where's Lord Spacey? He is supposed to be an amazing samurai, right?
Shall we go look for him? He's probably up there with Lord Shungen. I heard that Lord Shungen's an extremely wise general. He's been very useful in the previous battles.
Wow, he looks so cool.
You two seem rather popular. Well, we can't lose either.
In any case, after the oppression of the Heike, the people of Kyoto must be relieved with the return of the Genji.
I guess so. People sure have high hopes for us. Spacey was actually a woman! Hell yeah! We're like fucking Mulan up in this shit. We're like the Japanese Mulan. Oh. The next day, Tobari Palace.
You've done well to return, Yoritomo.
Was that his voice? He was an old man voice. It's fine. It doesn't matter.
Thank you, Your Highness. However, I am sorry to say the sacred treasures of His Highness are still in the hands of the Heike. However, the power of the Heike has been diminished considerably. It'll take some time before they're back on their feet. It is thanks to your merciless pursuit the Heike's power has been reduced to this point. It is only a matter of time before they're no more. You have done very well.
I want to see Tokugo's fucking, like, flip out. My son will be emperor! I'll burn you all! She's a crazy bitch, but you kind of like her anyway, right?
Spacey, Shungen, you have also done well. I've heard many a tale of Shungen's leadership at Ichinotani.
Ichigotani. Wow, I think it's Ichinotani. Hi. I don't know anything about, like, that, like, but, like, hi, I'm pretty sure you typed it. That's a typo.
Yoritomo's quite the eye for talent, doesn't he?
I thank you for your kind words, my lord.
While I'd heard your name before, I didn't expect you to play such an active role in Yoritomo's army. He's gonna have to watch out for both of you coming up behind his back, stabbing him, taking over his role.
This fucker just wants to watch the world burn. He must... Are you sure you're not related to the Heike? Because you actually... I swear to God, he's just Tomomori in a fucking mask. Like, hiding behind that veil. You can't see shit. You can't tell me it's not. Tomomori's up there, like, just pretending to be the fucking emperor because he's bored. Because that's what the emperor sounds like. I'm just throwing the seeds of discontent in there just to see who stabs who first, because I'm a bored old man. Absolutely 100% Tomomori move.
Regarding Shungen,
the Lord Yoritomo, is he going to...
Oh, what is it?
I recently discovered that my real brother is the one who calls himself Shungen. Soon after his birth, these two were sent to Kuroma. It was then their identities were switched. I was nervous about how His Highness would react, but soon the room was filled with his exuberant voice.
Why, what an interesting twist of fate this is. Very interesting indeed.
Yeah, the man's fucking bored, so of course it's interesting.
And that's why you entrusted Shungen with the flanking army. Very interesting indeed. Quite a pair these Genji brothers make. And in that case, Spacey is...
I'm nobody! I'm just... whatevs, don't mind me. My origins are unknown, but regardless, I've already pledged myself to the Genji. I'm prepared to wield my sword as I always have, despite my history and name.
No need to be so stiff. I was only thinking. If you're not the real Spacey, then are you perhaps the Genji army's first female warrior?
How did you know? Girl, your eyelashes and the lipstick and like... We're always like... Because I look like a girl, don't I? On one hand, we're doing really good disguising ourselves because not many people have figured it out. On the other hand, the people that figure it out are like, girl, you're not passing. Gasp.
That reaction. I knew you were a woman. You tried to trick me, but my instincts are still quite sharp despite my age.
Again, this is absolutely some bullshit that fucking Tomomori would say. I'm sorry. The fucking emperor is not Go Shirakawa. Okay, this is Tomomori in a fucking with a fucking blanket over his head pretending to be an old man. I'm sorry. Fight me, okay? You can't convince me otherwise because all of us is like, I knew. The second I saw you, I pegged you, bitch. Like, that's fucking Tomomori move right there, too. Come on. Come the fuck on. Come on. Go Shirakawa never fucking existed. It's always been Tomomori in a mask. This is some Scooby-Doo shit. Like, I love it. I'm going with it. No, I'm...
You don't have to hide it, my dear. Becoming a warrior as you have must have taken a great deal of determination.
How did you know?
Something about you. You've changed somehow. There's a softness that wasn't there before.
God damn it, Shungen! You kissed me and I turned into a whiny bitch!
Not a change the average man could see, but I've spent a lifetime devoted to noticing such things.
Again, some kind of bullshit Tomomori would say, like, average people wouldn't know, but I'm a fucking genius. Like, come on.
Less warrior-like, perhaps, but you'll feel more authentic than before.
Mr. Miyagi level crap over here, what the hell? Your Highness, it really doesn't seem angry, but I've never had anyone speak to me like that. I wonder if the promise I made to Shungen, that's what changed me. She's like, "Aw, Shungen's ruining my life." I mean, seriously, how do you... Rout's great, but, like, how do you not just, like, take a step back and go, like, Shungen's really fucking up her shit. Everybody else kind of went along with it, and you're a woman, and they supported you, and yeah, girl power and all this crap, right? But, like, now we're in Shungen's route, and it's like, oh, Shungen just stole our fucking life and our fucking purpose, and now we're like, it's cool. Yeah, I love you too, Shungen, and now it's like, oh! You're just some soft fucking delicate flower. I could see that. And, like, he's making us a fucking pansy over here. Like, what the fuck? Shungen, why are you ruining everything? Shungen, you were destroying us from the inside out. What the fuck? Like, I can't help but notice that. Like, I mean, the route is so good, but if it wasn't written so well, I think I'd be hating Shungen as this went on. Because, like, there's a little part of me deep down that's like, I hate him a little bit. Because, again, you stole my fucking life. You stole my special status, which I guess I'm supposed to be happy about, which, I mean, I kind of am, because, like, that's what she wants. But also, like, again, taking my agency away. And now he's like, oh, you seem delicate and wussy. You must be a girl. You know, because Shungen's in love with you, so now you're a fucking pansy bitch over here behind your... Like, what? And everybody else, we had the love of a man, and it was like, this is a strong warrior, dude. And it never changed us like that and made us like some kind of delicate wilting flower over in the corner. And now this is what Shungen's doing to us? I don't know, man. You're making it really hard to like Shungen. And then the writing in the route's so good, and you're like, oh my god, this route's so good, and he says such things. But I think at the end, I feel like it's going to be like, I didn't hate the route, but I kind of resented Shungen a lot because of how they decided to write us in this. Like, now I'm concerned. Now I'm concerned. I don't know. Anyway. I mean, he is really pretty in this CG, though. I'll give you that.
Hey, Spacey, you once said that a relationship can't be compared to anything else. In that case, I want us to be more than family.
Ruined my life, Shungen.
When I said I want to be by your side, that's what I meant.
Shungen said those words to me. I was so happy I could cry. Perhaps it really did change me. Yeah, made you a woman. That sounds kind of awful, but that's basically what they're saying. Like, oh, when he said those nice words to you, you became a woman, and that means you're delicate and fragile. I'm gonna kick your ass. The game has done so well up until this point. I'm not mad about it. I know that's not exactly what they're saying, but it's like, is that what you're saying? I don't think that's what you're saying, but I feel a little resentful of it. Man! You're trying to... I'm in this wishy-washy spot with Shungen. Like, I'm really enjoying the writing, don't get me wrong. And, like, he comes out with the romantic shit, and you're like, I'm here for this. Yes. And I don't hate Shungen. It's not his fault. But, like, there are parts that come out that I'm like, do you want me to like Shungen? Do you want me to, like, be happy about this relationship? Because I want to stab him a little right now. Like, it's not his fault. But you're making me... like, did you... Am I the only one who felt that way? Like, just like... the fuck? You wanted me to enjoy this route, right? You wanted me to enjoy Shungen and think of him like a valuable character instead of being like, I kind of hate you a little. But I mean, I guess that's like that. Like, you know, there's someone out there like Tomomori's hot, but he's a fucking twat. What the fuck? The shit he did in Benkei's route, can't forgive him. You know, and that's fair. But like, to me, I'm like, I kind of almost can't forgive Shungen for what you did in this route game. Like, I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna feel at the end. I'm leaning toward I mostly, like, I've got to pull that back. Like, the kind of resent Shungen, and I'm not... there's a part of me that's over here like, yeah, no, I'm not, no, No, don't like it. No, take it back. Send it back. Don't burn it. No, I'm not that angry. But take it back. Take it back and return it. I want a refund. You know what I mean? Like, but everything about the writing and the flow and everything in the game is so great that you're like, I mean, there's still a part of me that resents Shungen and is like, nah, I don't like it. But then the rest of me is like, but like the writing's really good, so props. And obviously there's moments where you're with Shungen and everything. You're like, I'm just gonna forget everything because like this is great. I love this. We're having a good time. So I don't really know how I'm gonna feel by the end of it. Is it gonna leave that sour taste in my mouth where I'm like, you know what? Even though everything was good, the memory I'm gonna have when I look back is like, oh my god, this game was so great. Except for like the bitter resentment I have towards Shungen because of that bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, there's other games that we've played that I've done that where I'm like, I having so much fun at the time, but then afterward, when it settles in, it's like something that tastes really great. You're like, oh my god, this is so good. And then, but after you eat and you swallow, then you're like, oh, what is that aftertaste? It's that. You know what I mean? Certain games just leave that aftertaste where you're just like, yeah, I enjoyed it at the time, but the more it sits with you or it just gives you an upset stomach, acid reflux, whatever, and you're like, yeah. And then there's other ones that like afterward you're like, nah, I'm still fucking here for that shit. That shit was great, you know? And I just don't want Shungen's route, but Shungen's route I feel like is gonna be that one. But I'm like, I love this whole game! Shungen's route kind of made me want to hurl a little. It gave me acid reflux, thought I was gonna die, heartburn was just bad. Like, you know what I mean? Because of all this. Like this weird, like, I'm not here for this little bit. But it's like a couple of sprinkles on the sundae. Like the sundae is great, but you threw those like rancid sprinkles on there, so I'm not here for that. I should say it's more like a like a banana split. Like I'm here for everything except for the bananas. Take the fucking bananas, yo. So anyway, maybe I shouldn't have changed. And yet, in that moment, there was nothing I could do. The feeling in my heart was overflowing. I had to tell him how I felt.
In any case, Spacey is an excellent samurai. Together with Shungen, they'll be a powerful asset to you, Yoritomo. You have done well to assemble such a fine group. I would expect nothing less from the Genji. Continue your efforts to ensure the sacred treasures are recovered and peace is restored to the land. I'm counting on you.
I really didn't expect His Highness to notice your secret, Spacey. Did you? No, I've obviously changed because of you, you bastard. The resentment kicking in. No, but I'm just glad he wasn't upset. Now I can continue to fight with no secrets. Except for to everyone in the army. Like, except for you, my brother, and the Emperor. So there's like a handful of people that know. Lord Yoritomo, how do you plan to proceed with strengthening your troops? That's none of your fucking business. And then he walks away. I'm just kidding.
I'll get into the details when we get back. But first, I need to gather troops from the surrounding area.
And now that the Heike have been driven back so far, I'm sure there'll be many who'll be looking to join us.
I'm also going to bring the lords of the Kanto region. I'll be returning to Kamakura with Takatsuna and Kakatoki shortly.
I see. Been a long time since you've been back in Kamakura, hasn't it? I can understand why you'd want to go back.
You two stay in the capital and maintain order. When the time comes, we'll set out from the capital and Kamakura respectively.
Kamakura's really hard to say in an Irish accent. See, that came out fine, but it didn't last time. I don't know. Yes, sir. And? What is it?
That's nothing. I'll leave everything in the capital to you. If you need anything, let me know.
He was going to be like, and you fucking try to usurp my position, I will kill you. Trust he would. Things are going to get busy from here on out. I feel like, our brother's shady, and then there's Toma. They're different types of shade. Like, our brother is just like, I don't think deep down he's a horrible person. He's just like, if you fuck with me, I will kill you. There's a straight up line. I feel like he just thinks that we're going to cross that line, and we're like, I was never intending to cross that line, bro. Simmer down. He's coming over to our side before we can cross the line. He's like, I'll kill you before you cross that line. And you're like, he's never going there. Quiet life, that's all we want, right? Meanwhile, Tomamori is just like, I'm going to draw lines everywhere, and I'm going to cross every fucking one of them. just because I'm bored, you know? So our brother's got one thing, you know? Just that one, and Tomomori's got like every other fucking problem. 99 problems, Tomomori. The single one out of those 100 is our brother. There you go. But they're still, I feel, slightly problematic characters. And yet, I love them both the most. Anyway. They're saving those for last. You know, they're getting progressively worse. Like, Noritsume was really fucking wholesome and wonderful. You're like, for somebody who's supposed to be my enemy, this is the most wholesome route. And Benkei's was pretty wholesome, because, like, Benkei's a goddamn himbo, so, like, can't really be that complicated, you know? And then Shungen's route gets a little more complicated, where you're like, Shungen, he's our childhood friend, and, like, I actually like the way this one's going, because, like, I hate the childhood friend trope usually. But this one's actually really good, and you're like, no, I get this. It's kind of like a natural fault, and it's good. But they also make you resent him a little bit with some of the shit, and you're like, I don't think they meant to do that, but that's just how he feels, so, like, you know. And then, like, I'm just really concerned for our brother and Tomomori, because I just feel like it's snowballing out of control. It was so wholesome and wonderful! Can we go back to Noritsume? Just saying. Or even Benkei's route when Tomomori was stalking me, because, again, I should be pissed about half the shit he did. I should be more upset about that and be like, Tomomori's the worst, instead of being like, Shungen, I kind of hate you a little. But if I had to eat one of you into the ocean, it would absolutely be Shungen over Tomomori, I'm just saying. Like, that's the sad part. But, like, look, something's got to tweak us all out, where we're like, no, this bothers me, and the shit Tomomori is doing should bother me, but it doesn't. Again, Jun Fukuyama. Like, anybody else voicing him, and I'd still probably love him, but not nearly as much. I don't think I'd tolerate as much bullshit if he didn't, like, in my brain. Because, again, I haven't played the voice acting in this game yet, but I know what Jun Fukuyama fucking sounds like. Bitch, I got that shit memorized. I got that man's voice in, like, almost every fucking thing he's ever done. I know I can put it in there. I'm like, I can get it. And it might be like, oh, I was expecting it to be slightly different, but I know enough. Okay. His voice lives rent-free in my brain, and it's happy. Yeah, we should get back to. Later that day, Lord Yoritomo returned to Kamakura with some of his troops. Meanwhile, we were in Kyoto, prepared for battle. Yay, it's just me and my man harem! Minus Tomomori and my brother. They're part of my man harem, but, you know. And Noritsume, I guess, isn't technically. Okay, we've got our Genji man harem. Our brother is kind of like, not our brother, but still, whatever. We're always going to refer to him as that, and he's just kind of off there, like, you know what I meant. Like our band of merry men, I guess. The military buildup would take time. However, with the help of Benkei and the others, work went smoothly. How would you say no to Benkei? Like, seriously, he would roll up, we need your help! And you'd be like, I want to say no, but you're so just adorable that I'm going to have to say yes. Wait, what did I agree to? If Benkei rolled up and wanted you to sell your soul to Satan, you fucking would, because you'd just be like, he's so charming. Like, okay, look at you, you're so cute. What did I sign? Wait, what? You know what I mean? Disarming is what it is. And not even in, like, this, like, Tomomori, disarmingly charming, where you're like, you're charming, but you're gonna stab me, aren't you? You know? Benkei's just so charming, you just trust him, and then you just sold your fucking firstborn to him. Like, Benkei is Rumpelstiltskin. You would, though. You absolutely would. He'd come on up and, like, whatever, and next thing you know, you'd be like, what the hell did I do? I don't even know, but whatever, I'm okay with it. He's so charming and sweet and adorable. He could be the worst character ever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just, like, the most horrible person, and you'd be like, I mean, what? No. No, he can't be. He didn't do that. I just saw him stab that guy, but he didn't do it. You know what I mean? Anyway. I can't believe a month has already passed since we entered the capital. It's all gone by so fast, not the way I talk. In like 3 hours, and we've gotten 4 lines in. Sorry. Very chatty today. Anyway.
Has it been that long already? Well, if you compare the state of the capital when we arrived, I guess it makes sense. That tense feeling in the air when we first arrived is gone, and the people in the street seem far less anxious than before.
Things are really moving in the right direction, but I'll feel even better when we finally knock the Heike out. Well, it's funny because, like, we didn't just chase after them. We just let them go to rebuild, and we spent months later, and then their army's back. And then it's like, I just Man, fighting in ye olde times, just like, this battle's been going on for 6 years. That's why, man. Because you're like, all right, let's all go rest, take a couple months off. This isn't summer fucking vacation. Let's go. Like, so we definitely are going to fight them on the fucking river.
Just a little more time. We're well stocked and morale's high. I think Lord Yoritomo will be pleased with our progress.
And then the fact that, like, it's like a 4-day ride to Kamakura, maybe, I don't know. But, like, you can't just text him, you know? I've grown quite used to talking with Shungen about the war and strategy. The contents of our conversations are different, but somehow it feels like we're back in Kurama, just chatting away. Actually, that's not quite right. I feel even closer to Shungen than before. Feelings for him are so much...
Do you ever get the feeling like we're back in Kurama?
I mean, this is where it's kind of adorable, the friend thing, and you're like, yeah, because they have that little bond, and it's adorable. I love it. Again, the childhood friend thing is usually, okay, the childhood friend is usually clingy and stalkerish, and like, could you leave me alone? Like, they're that. Shungen, even though, like, I was expecting him to be like that in all the other routes, he was a little protective. But, like, understandably so, you're like, you're a little protective, but not overbearing. And we kind of went on our own way, and he wasn't like, no, I need to be there. You know what I mean? Like, he wants to protect us, but he trusted us, you know? So, like, I don't know. I feel like they did do the childhood friend route well and not obnoxiously. And, like, it's sweet and it's cute. And you're like, I understand why people like that trope when you have a character like Shungen, you know? I mean, yes, I do have a little bit of festering bitterness, okay? But that's like, I don't think that's the game's fault. Maybe. But, you know, but overall, Shungen's not a bad person. The game just makes you want to hate him sometimes. It's like, I don't know why you want me to dislike him. I don't know why you're trying to do this game, but that's really my brain, but... What?
We're moving around all day, talking strategy and training. It just occurred to me that it feels like we're back at Kurama.
I was just thinking the same thing. They say that when you spend a lot of time with someone, you'll start to think like them.
In that case, I guess I'll be thinking more like you. And not a day goes by that we don't see each other.
Suddenly his words trailed off. Shungen turned his gaze away from mine. What is it?
Everyone now knows that I'm the Genji heir, and your scene is so vital to the soldiers. Those two things aren't going to change.
It'd be tough for us to live that quiet life after all. We'll just have to kill everyone. What? Nothing. Oh, is this where we plan to just drown ours? We'll drown in the river. It's okay. It worked once. Shungen smiled sheepishly, remembering the promise he made to me the other day. I've replayed those words in my head over and over since then. Those words I cannot forget. We didn't pretend to die in Benkei's route, so like, to pretend to die in every one. I understand in Noritsune's we're like, we're on opposite sides, let's pretend to die and then no one will question it. Cool. Makes sense. Defeating the Heike is not the end of the story. There'll still be much to do to bring peace and order to the world. If the Minamoto clan aims to unite the samurai and the land, it'll certainly be difficult for us to just walk away. That's okay with me. I think you should live as Spacey. But then who am I going to be? And I'm going to have to tell somebody else that I love them? I mean, it was already awkward enough being like, I love you, Spacey. And now I have to say that to someone else? Weird enough trying to say it to myself. Fucking bizarre. I don't know. I've always wanted to live a quiet life, but I also don't want to hinder you in your path. I'd love to continue working for the Genji and for you. Shungen's route is the one where it makes way more sense to not change your name and put whatever name you want in, but
if we stay as Genji, you may have to suffer again because of that name. Most importantly, you'll never really be free. You
mean I can't live as a woman? Well, you're probably right. If we stay here, I'll likely be sought out as a samurai. I'm sure someday I'll be able to live freely, live as myself. Someday once the world calms down. But that's... If the Heike really disappear, the whole country will be affected. The Genji will need to step in and fill that void. The Imperial Court thinks that with Lord Yoritomo they can achieve stability, and I want to help with that.
So, you're not upset?
She's like, no, you took away my life and I'm taking it back this way, bitch. You're like, you know, Is there a reason to be? As long as we have each other, the rest doesn't matter. Isn't that right? The eyes that stared at me wavered slightly. However, they weren't colored by sadness or confusion. I could just imagine it'd be so cute if we because we're going to pretend to die and run away or some shit, right? Something's going to happen and we're going to run away. But it'd be so fucking funny to have an after story on this. Is there a fan desk? Where it's it's not the way the end's going to happen, but it would have been so funny if the end is yeah, so we stay here and we work as samurai for people, whatever. And then we live together and and they were roommates. Because no one knows we're a woman and we're secret lovers. Everyone's just oh. Later in the history books, they're they lived together forever. Neither one got married. Oh, they were gay. Yeah, that's cute. Everyone in the town's just neither one of them's gonna take a wife. Whatevs, they're just pals. Yeah, we are. Okay. I kind of want that ending. It'd be funny as shit. Game, just lean into it, okay? You lean into the fucking, Noritsude one where everyone's are you, in love with Spacey? He's what? Yeah, I mean, maybe. And Noritsude's fuck it. And we're I'm a woman. He's I don't give a shit. He wasn't oh, thank God, I thought I was gay. He's yeah, I don't care. Whatever. If you were a dude, fine. If you're a girl, fine. I don't give a shit. They should have just leaned right into all of this and just had us live together forever and be oh, they're the best of friends. Yeah, we are. Sure. That's going to be my headcanon to make it a little bit better so I don't resent freaking Shungen as much. Game's trying. Oh my God, it'd be so funny.
I guess you're right. Besides, there's plenty of time. We can make our dream happen together, little by little.
Right. But we still got work to do here. We still got work to do here and now. It was nice of you to think about the promise you made to me, but I'm okay, really. Thanks, Shungen. And again, everything got taken away from us. Everything we thought we knew. And yes, again, we were I don't want this life. I want to live a nice, peaceful life. And then everything was ripped away and they're you could go live a nice, peaceful life now. And you're the fuck? Rude. What the And so, this is a choice she's making. I'm making the choice to stay here and deal with this and do this. And that we're getting our agency back. So even though, yes, we want a peaceful life, we'll make it happen later. It's cool. I'm making this choice for me. I appreciate that. You know what I mean? Because again, everything got ripped away. And then Shungen's over there getting all the praise. And we're just, and you know what I mean? It's what? So I'm happy that she's not I just want to leave so bad. She's no, we're going to do this and it'll be cool. Good for us. Good for us.
No need to thank me, but I really want to spend some time alone with you. Ever since I found out how you feel, and my feelings have been growing every day.
I bet that's not the only thing. You knew I was going to say it. Jesus Christ.
Thinking about spending time alone together, it's just the two of us. Tell me, am I the only one thinking this way?
Probably, because she doesn't know what you're alluding to, but I get it. Pervert. Generate! You want to hold hands with me? Shungen stepped forward and took my hand. How dare you! We're not even married! I looked deeply into his eyes. We were so close, we could feel each other's breath, and then someone walks in. Thrown off by his intense gaze, I felt myself flush with a rush of excitement, and I can't wait either. Maybe not as excited as you. I'm too embarrassed to say. I really hope she says I can't wait either, but I really do yeah, maybe not as excited as you. That would be my choice in a route where I really wasn't into the love interest. I don't hate Shungen, but I also don't oh my God, I feel like I loved Benkei more than I was expecting to, even though he wasn't my favorite. But, so even though I was I'm not into Benkei, but I'm into the route. I'm not into Shungen. I'm enjoying the route, but not as much as the Benkei thing. You know what I mean? Where you're I'm not into Benkei, but this route is great, and I totally forgot about it. I'm not, because the game keeps making me resent Shungen a little bit. So my answer is maybe not as excited as you. Back off a little bit. I mean, he's got great moments, don't get me wrong, and the route overall is solid 9 out of 10. It's just that little bit of resentment, and I'm I just can't forget about it. Anyway, I really hope she says I can't wait either. Not the I'm too embarrassed to say bullshit, because I'll get so fucking... If she says I'm too embarrassed to say, I'm gonna get fucking bullshit livid. I'm just going to warn you right now. I'm going to try to keep it in, but it's going to be that like, oh, I'm being a little wallflower. Oh my God. No, don't you dare. Don't you dare. They've already made me resent Shungen a little for stealing my life and everything and taking my agency. Slowly getting that back. Okay. And then the freaking, like, Emperor being like, oh, I knew you were a girl. Something changed in you. And now you're like a delicate flower. And then we're like, I'm too embarrassed to say. Don't turn into every other MC Atome heroine, okay? Don't turn into that. Don't do it to me. Oh, thank God. Can't wait either. Good! She hiked up her balls and said the manly thing. I mean, seriously. They make it like the manly thing to be like, oh, I can't wait to get my hands on you, baby. And the girl's like, oh, eh. No, I want us to be like, hell yeah. You know, wink, double finger guns. Yeah, baby. You know, whatever. But that opened his flower, you know what I'm saying? Legit. No, it's not only you. I can't wait either. The look on her face is like she's blushing, but she's also like, the look in her eyes is like, yeah. I'm blushing, but I also know it's going to make you blush. Like, she knows what she did. Love it. Really? Mm-hmm. I feel my feelings for you grow each and every day. If I close my eyes, I can almost envision our life together. And just what kind of life are we living together? I'd love to hear about it. Okay, this is a cute conversation, I'm not going to lie. I don't hate Shungen, and we have moments like this where you're like, okay, the conversation's cute. But, like, there's still that little, like, seed of, like, So that little seed of discontent in me game, you know? So it kind of sours him a little sometimes, but then he does this, is like, what kind of life? I want to hear about it. And you're like, okay, this is cute, stop. Don't stop, actually. I need more of these moments. I'm sure the things we'll do won't be much different than now, but spending our days together, I'm sure we'll have fun every day. We'll train together, take a walk in the mountains, take a trip to see the ocean. Oh, and we could cook meals together, or read the latest books and discuss them, and and I can dance to your flute playing like before. If I could read, I can dance to your flute playing like before. Oh my God. I just see them as a little old couple, and he's playing the fucking flute, and she's just doing a little old lady shuffle dance because she's a little old and arthritic. It's fucking adorable. Stop it. You're not crying. You're crying. I'm not crying. But it's like, my heart is crying a little. It's beautiful. For you, Spacey, I can play forever. Okay, this moment, it makes him adorable. Stop it. Have you noticed? Whenever I play thinking of you, and the sound is always softer. Really? This feeling of love just overflows from my heart, through my chest and in my breath. That's a line. Props. Jesus. You always compliment my flute playing, but the only reason it sounds the way it does is because it's all for you. This motherfucker's got the lines, doesn't he? I couldn't help but avert my gaze as he confided in me. Sorry. Embarrassed. A little bit. Super embarrassed. Can you stop staring at me like that? It's kind of fun to see you like this. You're almost never embarrassed. Cut it out, Shungen! Sorry. Just know, if you ever decide to reveal yourself as a woman, I'll be right there with you. And then, like, all of a sudden, everyone's like, she's a woman?! Oh, you heard that? We've been sitting here for the last 30 minutes, you two. You know that, right? Everybody else has been in the room the whole time. Thank you, Shungen. I hope one day I can tell everyone. I'm a little scared, but I also want to be honest with them. I'm sure they won't be mad. A bit surprised, though, that's for sure. I hope you're right. In the past, I was always confused about myself and what path I should take. But for the first time, I can envision a bright future, together with Shungen. As night slowly fell over the capital, the moonlight that shone down into the room enveloped us in silence. I mean, so you have moments with Shungen, and it makes me, like, really enjoy the route and him. I think it's the other people outside, like, let's take away, like, the writers being like, make Shungen the heir, and you're not, so now you're, like, nothing, and what the fuck do you do? And then, like, the Emperor being like, oh yeah, you totally changed, whatever, like, what the fuck, now I'm, like, some damsel in distress bullshit, you know what I mean? It's those little seeds that they're throwing at you, but then when you're alone with Shungen, you're like, see, I don't hate Shungen or the route. I hate what they did to make me like try to pull me away and make me resent Shungen, even though he's done nothing wrong. And every time you're with him, he's like a little fucking gem. You know what I mean? So I do feel like, though, I am concerned that at the end I'm going to be like, yeah, Shungen's route wasn't great. And I'm not going to remember the good things about it and the fact that just me and Shungen and our interactions is great. That little discontent that they're sowing, that bad taste in my mouth, is everybody else and their bullshit. Just go away and leave me alone with Shungen and then I'll be fine. You know what I mean? You know? Anyway. That night, Tabari Palace. It's really gonna be like Tomomori peels off his freaking emperor mask. Oh. I'm sorry. There's no way. Your Highness, one by one the lords of the eastern provinces in Kamakura are swearing their allegiance to Yoritomo. Additionally, those who have remained in the city are doing good work under the command of Spacey and one called Shungen. Thanks to them, peace and stability have finally returned to the capital. The bandits that had been raiding the town must have been frightened off by their forces. What a change from Yoshinaka! Spacey and Shungen have gained a reputation for virtue within the court. I mean, you don't know what we're doing behind those closed doors. Shh.
Oh, is that so?
Yes, they're known to treat all men of the military with respect, regardless of rank. This has gained them a devoted following. However, with all due respect, Your Highness, is this situation something we should be welcoming?
What's your concern?
I'm sure you know, Your Highness. If things continue as they are, the warlords will take control of the government again. The lords of Kanto have pledged themselves to Yoritomo. In a few years, the power of his army will be unstoppable. We would have rid ourselves of the Heike only to see them replaced by the Genji. Doesn't mean we're evil. Samurai cannot govern. Isn't it precisely because a samurai took so much power that we find ourselves in this mess? Yoritomo's very smart and ambitious. He'll not stop with the overthrow of the Heike and will continue to build power. Maybe. I mean, I wouldn't put it past our bro. In that case, why don't we proceed with my more modest proposal regarding the Heike? Cancel the war with the Heike on the condition that the sacred treasures be returned. That proposal, right? Oh, I'm assuming there's supposed to be 2 noblemen here, but I didn't realize that because... Anyway. It's true we don't want Yoritomo to be the only one standing after all this. If we act now, the Heike will surely accept...
I can understand everyone's concerns, and your fears of Yoritomo are more than justified. However, you can leave this one to me. I have an alternative option for us.
You see? This motherfucker's playing games up there! He's bored. He's a bored old man. You can't tell me it's not Tomomori in a mask. Fuck you. It absolutely is. And what would that be, Your Highness? That's my canon.
Don't be so hasty. Everything will be revealed in good time.
He's doing that finger thing, like frickin' Mr. Burns up there. The finger tap. As we were nearing the end of our preparations for battle, Shungen and I were once again summoned to Tabari Palace. They're going to ask us to kill my brother. Well, he's not my brother, not my problem.
I hear that Yoritomo is still in Kamakura. How are things proceeding on your end?
Oh no. Oh, wait. He's doing this. Oh, I'm just checking in. Cool. All right. Have fun, kids. And then frickin' Yoritomo's going to hear of it and be like, wait a minute, they did what now? You know what happened the last time somebody went to the palace without the other party? We were asked to kill Yoshinaka. They've been asked to kill me! And then all hell's gonna break loose. Like, this is really what you need to be worrying about right now, old man? Jesus. Tomomori, get your head out of your ass. Tomomori in a mask. 100%. Nobody, like, seriously, the Emperor and Tomomori, if they actually, like, put their evil powers together, the fucking world would have been their oyster, okay? They could have taken over everything. They're 2 evil fucking bored mastermind. They're just like, their evil genius knows no bounds, and if they put their powers together, we'd have all been fucked. I'm just saying. Sir, thanks to everyone's support, all that's left is to decide the date for our departure. Additionally, troop recruitment in Kamakura is proceeding as planned.
That's good to hear. You've done well thus far.
Thank you for your kind words. I've no doubt we'll defeat the Heike.
With that strength of spirit, I have no doubt we will. However, once the Heike are gone, the world will continue to spin. Perhaps it's time to start thinking about what comes next. There's something I must discuss with you both.
Something to discuss? With the two of us?
After this battle, when we have defeated the Heike, Shungen, you shall be given a proper place in the government.
Shungen's like, Shungen, a government position? For a samurai to receive a place in government is a spectacular promotion. This is also confusing because, the guys were like, oh my god, the samurai are going to take over. They have no right place in the government. And he's like, I got this. Shungen, you should be a government official. Wait, what? What's the trap here?
I don't know what position I'm going to give you, but if I don't give you a proper reward, I simply won't be able to face you. After this is over, I'll try to arrange for you to continue to be active in the capital, or perhaps even in the Imperial Palace.
Shungen's like, I just want a fucking box of Cheez-Its, motherfucker, okay?
In any case, you are the rightful heir to the Genji name. You can expect to get the status you deserve.
You'll get stabbed. Your brother's gonna stab you. He thinks we're gonna stab each other. You're the rightful heir. But not really, because Yoritomo was, I mean, it doesn't matter. A father was their father, whatever, was the one. It doesn't really matter who he was procreating with, but Yoritomo is older, so technically it would fall in line to him. You know what I mean? Anyway. Despite not being able to see him, I could hear the smile in the Emperor's voice. Shungen's face was filled with confusion. Please, Your Highness, don't joke about such things. I surely can't accept such a title.
Ah, so you're unhappy?
No, I'm honored by your words. I just thought, such an offer is far too generous. Besides, I'm a samurai for Lord Yoritomo. I cannot accept any position without Lord Yoritomo's position. Permission. Did I say position? Permission. Wow.
Such concern. How very honorable of you.
See, and only Tomomori would be this fucking shady doing shit behind people's back. I'm just saying. Tomomori in a mask, motherfuckers. Okay, I've seen enough Scooby-Doo to know how this shit works.
If I leave you in the capital, it'll be easier for Yoritomo and Kamakura to understand the situation. Yoritomo is leader of the Genji clan and the warrior clans of Kamakura plus Kyoto. It's all a bit much for one man, don't you think?
Shungen, watch your words.
I'll make sure Yoritomo gets his reward eventually. Don't you worry about that.
Yeah, his reward eventually sounds like stabbed. And then please consider discussing this with Lord Yoritomo after you've given him his reward. Forgive me, but I think it's premature to talk about this now. Shungen's right. This is all way too soon. Plus, none of this should be decided without Lord Yoritomo. It'll make Lord Yoritomo look weak and Shungen look untrustworthy. Surely His Highness understands that, right? Okay, that's it. Yeah. Your Highness, I too share Shungen's concern. I think it best to go through Lord Yoritomo.
So, you both disapprove of this proposal? Spacey, I was thinking of rewarding you as well, but what to do?
Me? The air in the room shifted, and I felt an uneasy sensation in my chest.
Spacey, after the war, cast off your army, marry into the Imperial household, and join me.
Are you asking me to marry? That's also something Tomomori would do. Just marry me. I don't care if you're my sister. It'll be fine. I'm just saying. Tomomori in a mask. Stop it. Fight me. Fight me. It's Tomomori in a mask. Son of a bitch. Ghost Shirokawa never fucking existed. Been Tomomori puppet ever since. Wow, we're already on. Okay, so this. Okay. Chapter 10 went by a lot faster than I thought it would, but. Alright, anyway. It just ended the chapter there and then came back to the same scene. That seems really weird, doesn't it? Oh.
Spacey, after the war, cast off your army, marry into the Imperial household, and join me.
What? What did the Emperor say? Did he tell me to marry? Only just the other day he found out my secret. But why all of a sudden... Wait. Shungen? Oh. It's true, Spacey is indeed a woman. But why are you suddenly talking about marriage? Why are you planning to marry her off just as soon as you found out she's a woman?
It's simple, isn't it? Why, for a woman, I can't think of a higher honor than marrying into the Imperial family.
Again, something Tomomori would say. Marrying into this family. I'm just...
Wouldn't she be far safer and happier in a palace than on a battlefield? Hey!
There you go, undermining me as a woman! Acting like I'm some delicate flower. I will kick your ass, old man! And not because I'm an awesome samurai, but because you're weak and old and you'll fall down easily if I kick you in the shins. But also because I'm a strong samurai. But also because you're weak. And, you know, it's fine. What the fuck? I'm supposed to say Hokuro Kunomiya?
Why, I think she'd be an excellent match for my nephew.
Hakuro Kunomiya. Hakuro Kunomiya. I can't believe I could actually manage that. That's right? Hakuro Kunomiya. Hokuro, not Hakuro. Hokuro Kunomiya.
Hokuro Kunomiya.
Fucking A! Game, stop it! Anyway. Hokuro Kunomiya. Hokuro Kunomiya. The first son of Prince Mochihito. Prince Mochihito famously issued the order to overthrow the Heike. But I thought Mochihito was Go Shirakawa's other son. So wouldn't that be his grandson? Not his nephew? Right? So Prince Mochihito is then Go Shirakawa's brother? Because that would make more sense for him to be his nephew. But, well, I don't know.
If you don't like him, we'll look elsewhere. A woman of your talent and beauty, I'm sure you'll be in high demand.
Oh, no, I couldn't. I can't marry into the Imperial family when I don't even know where I come from.
Oh, I don't think that's an issue. You're a woman of merit. Your military service in the war has been most admirable. Most men would probably find it extremely intimidating to marry a woman who's far more capable with a sword than they will ever be. But it's fine.
I mean, I'm just saying, if I were a rich fucking dude, like a prince dude or like whatever, I'd be like, my wife can kick ass. I'm fine with that. Like, bitch can protect my ass. I'd be like, you're my wife and my bodyguard. I don't know. I'm here for it. I mean, obviously they would have been trained in sword skills too, but I'm just saying. We could have sword fights. It'd be hot. I mean, we were doing that with Noritsune, right? So our foreplay is a sword fight in the woods. I mean, that's hot. I'm here for it. So.
For your part, I can't think of a higher calling than serving in the Imperial court.
But I am a samurai. Even after the Heike, there will still be many tasks to see as a samurai of the Genji. See to, sorry.
That's not your job. Your job is to bear children, woman.
What the fuck? I was waiting for him to say that shit.
You'll be a link between the Imperial court and the Genji. Why, you can start preparing to enter the palace immediately.
Whoa, you're turning us into Tokugo. And that bitch was crazy. We ain't that crazy. Wait a minute. I'm surprised he didn't offer. If he had offered and he'd be like, it'll be my wife, then I would absolutely know 100% it's Tomomori in a mask. We're still at 98%, but
The outcome of this battle has already been determined. Even if you do not fight, the Heike will fall.
No matter what we said, the Emperor would not be swayed. A feeling of deep anxiety washed over me. Yeah, because then you're going to leave, and exactly what you thought before. Yoritomo looks weak, and we look like traitors. Enter the palace? To be married to a man I've never even met? Can't do that. I made a promise to Shungen. Emperor Go Shirakawa. Huh? Shungen. It is as you say. Your proposal would be a blessing to the Genji. However, I can only assume that your goal is to keep the Genji under your control. The entire Heike clan, led by Kiyomori, had become so powerful that they surpassed even the Imperial court. Yeah, you fucked with the wrong genius. Just saying. And now, there's no way you'd sit back and watch the Genji clan ascend to the same heights. That's why you've made such a proposal. to keep Spacey and I under your thumb. He's trying to take us in so the Genji won't be able to accumulate any more power? This isn't a reward, it's a trap! A trap to keep the Genji weak and the Imperial court strong! Surely His Highness knew we'd recognize his intentions. But I'm not His Highness, I'm Tomomori in a mask. It's great. Imperial position for me, the marriage proposal for her, and there's no reason for us to accept either.
So, you did figure it out. You're a sharp one. However... So what if you know? You forgot your place. It is I in the court who rule this land.
It's like, I don't care if you know, because now frickin' Yoritomo is hearing that you're having a secret meeting, and he's gonna hear about this deal, even though you didn't take it, and he's gonna think you backstabbed him, and then you're gonna fight to the death, and then the Heike over there like, aren't we supposed to be fighting them? Why are they fighting each other? Shh.
Samurai are just a collection of barbarians. They serve their purpose, but that purpose is not to usurp my divine authority.
Well, where are your sacred treasures then, bitch?
Besides, you really think you can refuse? If you do, I can't help but wonder what would happen to that pitiful temple in Kurama.
That is definitely some Heike level bullshit. You're not Tomomori in a mask bullshit.
All temples are forbidden to women. Surely you both know that.
How rude.
A temple that can't even uphold that one simple rule. They will be condemned or destroyed, perhaps. But if you accept my proposal, perhaps their indiscretion could be overlooked.
What a fucking bastard. There's no point in resisting him any further. Not with what he said about Kurama. But this isn't even a proposal. Nothing but a threat.
In any case, first you must accomplish the expulsion of the Heike. We'll discuss the details after that. But I'm not a very patient person. I certainly hope you don't keep me waiting.
We're gonna have to go die, aren't we?
I look forward to you accepting my offer soon.
Again, that's something Tomomori would say. What the hell are we supposed to do? It's an order from the Emperor, but what this means for the Genji... Calm down, Spacey. And let's keep this conversation to ourselves for now. You think Yoritomo's not going to hear that you were here? I'm just saying. You're not going to report it to Lord Yoritomo? And right now, our first priority is to defeat Heike. And the Emperor won't move until that's done. And most importantly, we may be cut off from the others just because we've been approached. No. Afford to be seen as trouble. Lord Yoritomo won't let anything get in his way, even if it's one of his own. Know that. Same as with Yoshinaka. I may be Lord Yoritomo's brother, and I can't fully trust him. Yeah, and he wouldn't trust you after hearing about this. You know what I mean? Like, he's like, how does he trust that you know?
As long as you continue to deliver results and do your best, I see no issue. I'll continue to expect great things.
Indeed, that is what Lord Yoritomo said, but still, Shungen is his brother. If we send him a written message, the information could leak out, and we don't know how he'll react. If we're going to tell him, it would be better to do so face to face. That I agree with, but I do think you should tell him. Shungen clenched his fist tightly. All I could do was nod my head in agreement. Important information to discuss. See you later, bro. Heart. Shungen, you know. Anyway, this is the perfect time to stop, and we'll find out what happens a few days later. Next time. Anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up, and subscribe to see more.